Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We're going to talk about types of plurals in Arabic language. And I want to talk about 3 types of plurals. They have subtypes as well. So first is just the normal plural, which is called al-jam' and ayn, jam'. And the second one is ismul jam'. Ismul jam'. I don't know what they translate it as in English, but I'll just literally translate it. So, plural nouns. That's the second type of plurals in Arabic language. And the third type of plurals are called ismul jins al-jam'i. So, sorry, let me write it a bit more legibly. So, ism al-jins. Okay, I'll later write it properly when I have more space. I don't know how would you translate this one. Ismul jins al-jami is I guess can translate it as plural common noun or common noun plural. Anyway, you can just remember this: al-jam, ismul jam, and it's ismul jins al-jami. When we explain each, then it should be clear. Let's see. So I start with the first one. Just the normal plural, al-jam'. So a plural word in Arabic would be just the unconditional plural if it meets 3 conditions. The first condition, it shares with the all types of plurals, and that condition is that a plural in Arabic language is what signifies more than, not just more than 2 of. I think. So, huwa ma dalla. So that's the first. That is shared by all the ala aksar min ithnain. So that's the first condition. And that, as I said, it shares with the other 2. The second condition, which is specific to it, and that second and third condition are there to eliminate it from the other 2 types of plurals. So the second one is, the condition is that it does have a singular from the same words. I'll explain in a minute. So basically the plural adds to the words in a singular. Okay, so in that sense, singular contain all the words. Plural contains all the words which are in singular. Okay, so in Arabic we can say walahu wahid, walahu wahid. So this is the second one. Walahu wahid min lafzihi. Okay, when we give examples it would be clear. And the third and the final condition, so the second one is to eliminate it from or exclude it from ismul jama', because as we will see, ismul jama', the plurals are not from the same words as the singular of that plural. Okay, the third one is to exclude it from the ismul jinsul jami', the common noun plural. So the third condition is that the plural doesn't differentiate. The plural doesn't differentiate from its singular, just from its singular based on ha, that's ya, ha or ya shadda. So ha is the ta tanis, the masculine ta, and ya nasab, which is a ya which has shadda, and it is there for nisbah. So there are three conditions which, if it satisfies, then it is a normal plural in Arabic language. Let's go through them again. So the first is that that one it shares with the other two. So so for example, the first one is it must be, it must signify more than two things. Yeah. So rijal, for example, signifies more than two things, men. Yeah. That it meets the second condition. The second condition is that its singular should be from its own words. So rajul. So all ra, ja, ra, jim, lam are here too. So they are from the same root. Okay. So that's the second condition. And the third condition is that the only difference between plural and singular should not be either ha, which is the masculine ta, yeah, and second, or ya nisba. So the only difference between the singular and plural shouldn't be based on ta tanis or ya nisba, and there's no ta here anyway. So it meets all the three conditions. That's why it is a normal plural in Arabic language, al-jam'. Okay, let's take some more example. Maybe we'll make another video for the other two types if it goes over time. Okay. Let's see another example. So, like mudarris. So this wahid, mudarrisun. So that's the singular. And its plural is mudarrisun. Okay, let's see. Obviously, mudarrisun mean teachers. Mudarris mean our teacher. So that's a singular. Okay, let's see whether they fulfill all the three conditions. So obviously mudarrisin applies to more than two teachers, okay, because in Arabic languages there is a specific word for two, which we call tathniya. So the first one is, so it is plural. The second one is that the plural is from the word. So all the words are there. We just added waw and noon to make plural. So all singular is, so singular plural is from the same word. So walahu wahidun min lafzihi. So singular is from its, so from, if you waw noon, which is the sign of plural, you drop it, then you will get the singular. Okay, so the second condition is fulfilled. And the third condition is also fulfilled, because the only difference between singular plural is not either ta of feminine ta or ya of nisbah. So this is another one for you. And the third one, another example. Let's take muallima. Muallima. Mim ain. Muallima. Muallima. A female teacher. Okay, and it's that's a singular, and its plural is muallimat. Okay, so which means female teachers. Okay, so let's see if the conditions are fulfilled. So muallimat refers to more than two teachers. Okay, and this plural has a single from its own word. So alif ta is just the addition to make the plural, the feminine plural, and if you drop that, then you get the singular, so from the same word. Okay, and the third one, the only difference between plural and singular is not either masculine, feminine ta or ya nisbi. Ya nisbi is not there, so that's not a problem, and ta tanis is there, but that's not the only difference. Okay, so we gave enough examples to illustrate all the 3 points which a plural has to fulfill in order to be declared a simple plural in Arabic language, or just al-jam'. And we differentiate between these types because, then they are useful in learning syntax rules and also other things. Okay, now the simple plural actually itself is divided. So this is simple plural itself is divided into 2 types. So simple plural itself is divided into 2 types. One is called, so that's al-jam'. Called jam' salim or jam' salama, and other is called jam' taksir. Okay, so these are 2 further subdivision of the first type of plural, which is simple plural, and we can in English, so let's call it Jama Salama. Let's call it unbroken plural. It's called unbroken plural because the structure of the singular is not broken in order to make that plural. I'll give an in a minute an example. We actually have given already, but I haven't defined it, so you might not have noticed. And Jama Taksir, on the other hand, is a broken plural. So, for example, and it's called broken plural because in order to construct it, the structure of the constitution of the singular is broken in a way I will explain in a minute. So let's go to some examples. So al-jam, or simple plural, is of two types. Jama Salama, unbroken plural, and Jam Taksir, broken plural. Okay, so first take Jam Salama and then we'll take broken plural. Okay, Jam Salama, broken plural. Okay, so first we have to see it is a simple plural, because broken plural is an example of a simple plural. So for example, let's see, Salihun. So that's a plural. So it meets all the condition, because first condition is that it should refer to more than two people. So Salihin is any good people, pious people. Okay, males. And so the first condition is plural. The second condition is that its singular is from its own words. So singular is salih, which, so basically you just add waw noon to make a plural. So it has singular from its own word, and it neither has ta tanis or ya nisba, so there's no problem there at all. Okay, so it fulfill all the conditions of a normal plural. Now if we have determined that it's a normal or simple plural, then now we have to see whether it's a broken plural or unbroken plural, because simple plural have two types. Okay, so let's see. Now unbroken mean that the constitution of the singular is not broken here. So see how we got plural was just added waw and noon to that. We didn't touch it otherwise, so it became salihun. So we didn't break the singular in order to make the plural. So that's why it is unbroken plural. Okay. Now let's take another example of unbroken plural. This time feminine. Let's take feminine of the same thing. So the feminine of salihun is salihat. So this pious women, more than one, so it meets the condition, and it meets the other conditions as well, because it has a singular from its own. So saliha, so basically you added alif and tha, so the singular is from the same word, and also the only thing differentiating between them is not either ta tanis, feminine tha, or ya of nisba. So it is a simple plural. Now we have to determine whether it's a broken or unbroken. So it is unbroken because saliha is the singular here. Saliha is the singular, and in order to make plural we just added alif and tha. And and the whole singular is untouched. So, and now let's take the example of broken singular, broken plural, sorry. So broken plural we already gave one example, so rajul and rijal. So it first determine it's, so rijal mean men, it's more than 3, so we already saw that it is a simple plural, and rajul is all contained in here. Okay, but the thing is we broke the singular ra jim la by adding alif in there. So we broke the constitution of the singular, so that's why it is jama taksir or broken plural. Okay, and let's take another example. Like azru, ain, azru, which mean arms, and its singular is zira. Now it is a simple plural because azru signify more than 2 arms, and it also has a singular from its own word, and the only difference between them is not tatani, so we are nisba, so they are normal simple plural. Now they are, but on the other hand there's a broken plural because the constitution or the construction of the singular is broken in the plural. So you have dhara, alif and ain. Right? So you have dhara ain here, but alif has come here. So it has broken. And yeah, so that was the second example. So I think I'll make for other 2 types another video after this. But what we did here was types of plurals. So we did simple plural, simple plural, aljam, and 2 types: broken plural and unbroken plural, and in Arabic calls jam salama and jam taksir. Taksir means to break anyway. Salama means unbroken whole. So, and we gave the example for that. So the other 2 plurals we'll deal with in the next video. Thank you.